Ojota.
Ojota.
Yeah, Ojota. Yeah, Ojota. And I met one young boy, and I told him I wanted to go to Lagos Islands. Yeah, I tell him, follow me. Then I follow. But you're going to pay my transportation. I said yes. Don't worry. Then when we got there, we took one bus. Then we took another bus. Then we got down. And I was like, I should go and ask those women. And he went. Guess where I found myself?
Where?
Yanopaja. He made sure that I paid the transport money there. Smart boy. You know, and I couldn't even move. I couldn't move around. There was no transport money. There was one day that I went from Lagos Island to Ojuelegba to meet a friend to go and borrow 100 naira. I trekked on that bridge all the way. I'm not even eating. Then I did something really bad that I don't expect that. I don't pay my kids would do. I didn't tell anybody. I just took the van. I came to Lagos.
You went
because
to
they will not agree.
Just you essentially stole your mom's van.
Yes, I came to Lagos. And how did I buy fuel? Mogbero. Mogbesole. They told the police, and the police said they must have stolen the van. They must have kidnapped your son. We're going to find it and we'll shoot aside. When my friends will be in class, you know, I'll be at trade fair selling my songbook, and they will come, you know, they will just see me with bell. No more 10 naira, 60 naira, buy your copy. The first big amount I ever got was 14,000 naira.
Yeah, you're doing all of this. Where are you getting all this money from?
You don't get to make money from my watch shows. You don't get to make money from our watches. That's why most of their watches are not consistent. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be able to ready to lose the battle to win the war.
Okay. Tell me.
A lot of artists are not making money. You say artists are making money. You can't count 10 that are really making money.
In Nigeria right now?
No, you can't. The big names, and a few record labels. Other than that, the other ones struggle. They really do struggle. I know a lot of them.
Do you think you were born to do this? Because you sound like you couldn't have done any other thing with your life. Did you even consider something else at any point in time? This show is supported by FinServe Pro. FinServe Pro is your #1 solution as a diaspora African living in the United States. The quickest way to get into trouble in the United States is by not doing your taxes correctly or not doing your taxes at all. And many people make costly mistakes trying to save money by doing it themselves. You know, they go online and try to look for solutions. That's where FinServe Pro steps in. Affordable, understandable, and prompt tax filing throughout the year. What people don't understand is that tax is not just one season in the year. Taxes are all year round, and you need the professionals on your side. So click the link in the description below or visit www.finserve.pro to get started. Thank you, FinServe Pro. So let's imagine something for a second. So you just created your first online product, you know, your first ebook. Maybe you're launching a webinar, it's a course, and offering a coaching or selling event tickets, you know, to a show, to a concert, whatever. You're ready to sell, you're excited, but then comes the real hard question. I mean, where do you even begin? Why should selling digital products be so hard? What if you didn't need 6 different tools trying to integrate and all of that? I mean, not everybody is technically savvy. I mean, what if you had just one platform that was clean, simple, and powerful? This is Selfany, the all-in-one platform for creators and entrepreneurs to sell digital products to anyone, anywhere in the world. My guest today is one of the biggest entrepreneurs on the African continent. And yet I knew him when he was broke. It's unbelievable what he has done. He used to drive a car that was so bad that, look, if that car hit a person, they'd not check if the person was alive. They check the person for tetanus. I mean, that's. But he's done mighty things. It's amazing. He's literally the biggest, you know how you say arguably? No, he's literally the biggest entertainment entrepreneur in West Africa and then arguably the whole of Africa. Today, I have the honor of speaking with my friend, the founder of Smooth Promotions, who are the producers and the owners, the conveners of the Headies Awards, formerly known as the Hip Hop World Awards. On this one, it's the impresario known as Ayo Animashaun. This is the deep dive. Okay, now great. Now let's go back to the beginning. I knew that you grew up in ILORIN.
Yeah, I was born in ILORIN.
Okay, as a matter of fact. So what was your introduction into this entire industry to start? How did you come from ILORIN to being in Lagos and starting the magazine?
Okay, so it's actually so funny because I've just been in this space. I was born in ILORIN. I did my primary and secondary school in ILORIN before I went to Kaduna to go to Kaduna Polytechnic. I went to other places and all that. But then this started when, we all, as a young boy, you will have passion for something, sha. So my own passion was music, and I liked, knowing the lyrics to some of these songs. So I moved from one record store to the other, trying to record in cassettes and all that. All the record, stores then knew me, and I had my own notebook, which I used to write my lyrics and all that. Of course, I got a lot of them wrong. But those days, they didn't used to have lyrics in the jacket. It was just before they started having some lyrics in the jacket. So, when I moved to Kaduna, the same thing from one record label. So I went from one record store to the other. Then we had a lot of record stores, and I'll sit down, write lyrics to songs. And of course, I found people like me in some of the studios that would come as well to come and listen to music. We had all the songs that came out. There was not one song that came out then that we didn't know the lyrics to, and it was passion then. I would photocopy out some for my friends. Then I had my school handout. Then I had my lyrics handout. Then I was spending a lot of money on that. At some point, I was like, why don't I just start putting this together and start selling? That's why the idea of the songbook came. So I started putting the lyrics together in a book to sell, but then I didn't have money to publish. So at that period, I was introduced to a book I used to read. So I read one book there. That book, very powerful book. Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill.
One of the first books I read, and I saw power of possibilities in the book. I thought I could do anything after reading the book. So I thought nothing could stop me, after I was pumped up, and there was no money, of course. I learned that money will not stop you if you really wanted to do something, or if you really, want to achieve something. You can actually, money is one of the elements that bridges that you cross. So I started, and I tried to raise. I just went on with start with what you have, start where you are. So I started with writing my lyrics, making sure they were correct, the typesetting and all that. Then I needed 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira was like, we had 5 million.
What year was this?
That was 1989.
Okay.
I needed 1,000 naira. So I tried, and I met my uncle who could just give me 1,000 naira like that. Like, Ayo, what are you doing with all these papers that you're carrying on about? And he had the proverb, you are here to school. You don't, this is distraction. Nobody wanted me to, but then to get into that. So I had one guy, I had this cassette player, that used to disturb all the neighbors. So somebody offered to give me the 1,000 naira, but then he needed collateral. So I gave him, with tears, I gave him my record, because that was what I was using to write my lyrics, my cassette player, and he gave me the 1,000 naira. So I took the 1,000 naira to the person because it wasn't enough, and of course, everybody my room was quiet. Everybody knew something was wrong, but there was a sacrifice. So we started printing. I got 200 naira, 300 naira, and all that. I paid them. It wasn't ready. So I printed, and they allowed me to go with some copies to the market, Kaswa, Kaduna Central Market. So I put in 1,000 copies, 1,500 copies. I can't even remember. So I didn't even have transport money to the market, but they were constructing one building beside my house. I went to get their wheelbarrow. I begged them. I put the songbook in the wheelbarrow. I wheeled it to the market and they liked it. They paid me for everything. Then I went back, to give them more money. They'll collect more copies, and all that. And then we reprinted. And I paid the guy his 1,000 naira. And when I paid the guy the 1,000 naira, he looked at me and said, you know what? He gave me my cassette recorder back and he gave me the 1,000 naira back. He taught me something, that you had to be credible. You had to be credible. He gave me my 1,000 naira. That was the beginning.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run ayọ̀, ẹni mímọ́ funfun báláwú, àkàwé rẹ̀ ò sí láyé lọ́run o, ẹ ti ń bẹ ẹ ó máa bẹ, your majesty ẹ tóbi jù, mo káwọ́ sókè fárúgbó ọjọ́, ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ rẹ̀ ó mọ́ gàjí ọ̀run, he who is and is to come. I have a very big hello people of God, I'm Toluwani Sings and I'm live on Teju Babyface show. Keep watching. God bless you. Thank you.
Ayé tí mi wọ́n mi balẹ̀,
Stigmatized but not destroyed. I have a God that does not fail. Ayérayé ẹ máa ṣeun gan.
That's right. That's it.
That's it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And after I did the first one, I sold out first one, sold out second one, printed thousands. Then I moved. Some guys started moving to Aba, Onitsha, and all that. Then after the second one, it was time for Lagos. It was time for Lagos. I didn't know anybody, of course, because I'm actually from Lagos. But then that's my family house and all that. I didn't know, apart from my uncles, my family and all that, I didn't know anybody else I could go to. So I picked up the call and I saw a magazine. We used to read those magazines those days. And I saw this magazine. I used to read Pendulum. I didn't remember what they were. Then I went to the masthead. I saw one named Kule Bakare. I saw a number there, a land number at that time. There wasn't mobile phone. I called him. I told him what I was doing. And he said if I had to, do this well, and I had to come to Lagos. It took months, but I found myself in Lagos. And I dropped at Ojota. Yeah, Ojota, Ojota, that place.
Back in the day, wasn't Ojudi Beggar.
Yeah.
Back in the day, was Ojota. Ojota was your point
Ojota,
to get to Lagos.
That's why they taught me this is Lagos. That's why I learned my first lesson.
What happened?
Okay, so I wanted to go to my house, on the island. My family was on the island. Number 9, Glover Street, not the Glover Road in Ikoyi, Glover Street. There's a Glover Street on the island, and I didn't know my way. And I met one young boy, and I told him I wanted to go to Lagos Island. I said, I tell him, follow me. Then I follow. But you're going to pay my transportation. I said, yes. Don't worry. Then when we got there, we took one bus, then we took another bus, then we got down. And I was like, I should go and ask those women. And he went. Guess where I found myself?
Where?
Yanopaja. He made sure that I paid the transport money. The smart boy. And I asked the woman, I said, number 9, Glover. I said, Nimbo, Adubo. I said, are we not in Lagos? I said, Yanopaja, how did you get here? You have to go back. I got there midnight and that was how I started. I didn't even have a room. They were not expecting me because there was no mobile phone.
Yeah.
They were not expecting me. And that was how they also started,
In Lagos, how long between that night when you landed and before you broke even or before you became successful selling the magazine? Or did you even ever become successful selling the magazine? Because you have entrepreneurs telling you they always run at a loss anyway.
Yes and no. Because I always wanted more. So I put myself in trouble many times, by wanting more. If I just wanted it, because it wasn't as if someone gave me like huge money to start. So I would always, anytime I made 100,000, I had a dream of 500,000, 800,000. So I put everything back. So I came and it wasn't funny. I didn't have a place to stay. I was squatting somewhere and all that. I went to Fame, and I couldn't even move. I couldn't move around. There was no transport money. There was one day that I went from Lagos Island to where's this place? Ojuelegba, to meet a friend to go and borrow 100 naira. I trekked on that bridge all the way. I'm not even eating.
So not today you know the trek bridge.
No, I dey trek home.
Because right now, even as
that this one are fun now.
You're walking Third Mainland Bridge from Ikoyi to Allen.
That one are by choice. This one it was by force because I needed to get something. And they said he was sleeping. I got there early. They said he was sleeping. I waited for so many hours. He gave me some money, maybe 50 naira or so. Trek back. You know, food was very, very cheap then. So I ate. Then the remaining money, I'll go to I went to Wemabode Estate. But then after a while, I went to ILORIN. To go and get my mom's pickup van. She had 404 pickup then. This one that they used to have Aluking on the top. She had 404 pickup. Okay. So immediately I brought that to Lagos. Then I did something really bad that I don't expect that. I don't pray my kids would do. I didn't tell anybody. I just took the van. I came to Lagos.
You went
because
to ILORIN?
They were not agreeing.
Just you essentially stole your mom's van.
Yes, I came to Lagos. And how did I buy fuel? Mogbero.
Oje Sole.
Mogbe Sole.
Ogbe Sole leti.
I was 19.
You know they used to rob them.
Yes.
With those Sole, some of the people will be criminals.
Yes. I mean, I had no fear. I didn't fear anything. I didn't fear anything. I had no. I got to Lagos. You know, once I got to my family house, my cousins, they were like, that we should go and make money with it. I said, how? They said we should go to what's called Do. There's some people coming from the east. We'll take them and we'll make some money because I had a van. So we tried that twice and we found ourselves at Obalende police station. They arrested us. Where's the receipt for this? We were just, drivers and whatever. So then after they arrested us like twice, one guy came up with the idea that this one that they're arresting us, that we should go to Idioro to go and carry the people that are selling gari and banana. That they don't ask for receipt for gari.
For gari
and whatever. So we went to Idioro, then we will carry them, then to First Stack and all these places. Once they come in, they come early in the morning to buy all this mushin. Then they buy all these things that they need. Then we take them to their locations. So I was doing Kabu with the pickup van, new pickup van, by the way. So everybody wanted. Everybody, yes,
because we're talking today's pre-Tokumbo, by the way.
Yes, now everybody wanted
yeah.
to put their stuff in my own whatever. So my cousins would load me. I would drive. Then there was a day we got to, and these guys, because they knew, of course, they knew their customers and everything. We're not. So the people that normally would drop them at the junction, they say, no, well, so happy bio. They used to carry us inside, and we didn't know. We took them inside. So after I did that, like a couple of days, I was like, this is not why I'm in Lagos. Then
how long did you do that for?
I did that for like weeks.
Okay,
like 3 weeks. But then each time I did it in the afternoon, I would change. I would use the back of the car. I would change. I always had my clothes under the seat. I would change my clothes, then go to where my body estate. At least I would be able to fuel my car, then eat for a couple of days and all that. Go to where my body estate to go and focus on the reason why I came to Lagos.
What was in Wema Body Estate?
Fame Magazine.
Yeah, Fame Magazine was
Fame Magazine to meet Kule Bakare to tell me how I would be able to publish Hip Hop World Magazine. So the van was distracting me again, so I went to drop it.
You went back home to drop it?
I went back to
okay, I wanted to ask you that, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Didn't your mom report the van stolen?
They reported the van stolen. They were looking for me. And they told the police. And the police said, they must have stolen the van. They must have kidnapped your son. We're going to find it and we'll shoot at sight. That's what they told them.
And yet, in your coming back, you didn't meet any policemen?
I didn't meet any. When I made that go, everybody came out, they got it deal. They come and they got it deal. So then I said they had to report to the police station. They had to take me there.
Prodigal son. They were celebrating. They didn't even. They were only too relieved to see you.
No, that wasn't my mom. Those were my neighbors and everything.
Okay.
Because my mom was angry.
Okay.
They said I had to come to the police station, and those guys said they would lock me up. So that's why they said they would lock me up. So I didn't go. Yeah. So I went back. I came back to Lagos to go and continue the hustle. But then I Fame Magazine, so I decided to stay because the money was going to run out. So I would stay for like nights at Fame Magazine learning how to, because the computer room, they had a computer room. Those days, nobody had a laptop. Nobody had a phone. You had this computer room that they always are on the door. Restricted access.
Yes.
No entry.
Yes.
So
no unauthorized license beyond this point.
So at night, I'll wait for them to go, then I beg those guys to come and teach me how to use the computer. Use the computer and all that. And at night, I'll write my lyrics again and all that. Then everybody knew that if they opened this drawer and they found sponge, say, Ayo Animashaun, can I be by? So I eat my things, I stay there for days and all that. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look. So at didn't you ever feel like giving up? I mean, I know young men are usually full of their dreams. They don't think of giving up. I didn't think of ever giving up comedy in those and all of that. But I'm thinking, you went homesick when things got difficult. You didn't ever think, look, maybe I should go back home, because people with whom you went to school must have been getting jobs as graduates and so on. You didn't ever think like, maybe I'm missing it here?
Looking back, I can't remember what was driving me. There were days I slept hungry, but it didn't look like I was suffering to me, even though I was. It didn't look like I was suffering. I can't. Something was pushing me. I just don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know, because even when the magazine eventually came out, it was a different, phase entirely, that full of challenges as well.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. So you went to print this magazine. Let's go back to Kaduna now. You started to print magazines. I mean, magazine printing has to do with laying things out, typeface, and all of those. What were you printing? Who taught you how to print? Who taught you how to do layout, page by page? Almost analog in those days.
It was analog, actually. It was analog.
So how did you learn that?
I slept at the press. Many nights I slept at the press, following, with them. I got someone, I met like minds.
Okay.
Who were older. I was always the youngest in my circle, and who knew how to do layout and all that. And they were interested. They were like, excited that, a young boy would be doing this. They were using me as examples, and we did layout for the entire songbook. It was looking good to me at that time. When I look at it now,
you keep calling it songbook. So it wasn't Hip Hop World Magazine at that point?
It wasn't Hip Hop Magazine. It was, I had to, before Hip Hop Magazine, I had 2 publications. The latest songbook and New Distinct Songbook. Those were the names of the songbook.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what point did you get to Hip Hop World Magazine?
I was Lagos. Those are 1989, 90. Hip Hop World Magazine was 1995.
Oh, I see.
The Hip Hop Magazine was like years later.
So at that point, had you become successful in the magazine business? Because we were getting Hip Hop World Magazine in school.
So when Hip Hop World Magazine came out, it sold out immediately. Then I printed again. It sold out. I reprinted again. Hip Hop Magazine, because from the first last songbook to Hip Hop Magazine, I had 4 years.
Okay.
I had 4 years. I was working on it.
Sorry, from the first songbook or from the last one?
From the last one.
From the time you sold the last one,
yes.
You did nothing for 4 years,
yes.
Working on Hip Hop World Magazine.
Yes.
What were you eating in those days?
No, I was back home now. I was working from Kaduna. I was back home. And the 4 years, I went back to school.
Okay.
I went back to school then.
Sorry, I kept mixing things up. You were born in ILORIN. Where did Kaduna feature into all of this?
Okay, so
I mean, when you went to steal the car, where did you steal it from?
No, ILORIN. That was in ILORIN.
Okay,
when I come. Okay, so let me explain.
Because you're confusing me now.
So I was born in ILORIN,
yeah,
and for my first 16 years was in ILORIN. When I was turning 17, I went to Kaduna. I went to try. I went to go to school, so I got admission in one school, in many schools. Karanamuda, in one polytechnic there. I got in ABU. Then I got in Kaduna as well. Ahmad Bezaya. Then I got in Kaduna as well. But because my family was in Kaduna, my uncle was in Kaduna, and they asked me to stay in Kaduna because they wanted my mom. That was the first time any child was leaving, and she wanted, proximity, and you could just go home. I was going from home, so I was in Kaduna, and it was when I finished my OND that I went back to ILORIN. Then I went to what's it called again? BIDA again for my HND. It was when I finished that I picked up again. I was meant to serve. When I picked up again, I came to Lagos. And it was just recently that I did my master's, because I told myself I had to do my master's.
Okay.
just
We'll
recently.
circle back there. So to get the picture of things, so by the time you left Ilorin for Lagos to where you were swindled to Yanokpaja,
Yes.
you had returned from Kaduna to Ilorin then.
Yes.
You were at home and then you left Ilorin for Lagos.
Yes.
And then you came back and stole the car from Ilorin.
Why say stole? I took the car.
You stole. You
I mean,
didn't
my
take-
parents' car. I took the car.
Okay, you took the car from Ilorin to Lagos. And then you returned the car to Ilorin.
Yes.
And came back to Lagos.
People that steal, they don't return.
I hear you.
I needed the car. Okay,
So you were still dealing songbook all that while. Then you stopped the songbook and then you returned to Ilorin and you spent 4 years preparing for hip hop
for hip hop magazine.
world magazine. Okay, so I'm curious. You are home for 4 years. You've graduated. At this time, you're probably 22, 23.
I was 24.
If your father was anything, or if your mom were anything, if your parents were anything like my parents, they are giving you hell every day.
They gave me. Okay,
You've graduated. We sent you to school. You want to hear Ojimoto Ole. My father say Ole. Ojimoto. You have ruined your life. Your mates are Mr. Look at Chief Kinikan son. Look at that one. My life would have been hell. How was your parents were cool with you just being at home?
Okay, so I lost my dad when I was 18. So it was just my mom.
Okay.
It was just my mom. And yes, I actually I frustrated her. I didn't know I was frustrating. I thought I was doing my thing, but I frustrated her. She wanted something else for me, but I wanted something else for myself. So yeah, it wasn't easy. And even when I went to Kaduna too, it wasn't nobody, this one they said they no degree for you, you no degree for anybody. Yeah, it was like that. They didn't like it. They didn't see any sense in it. It didn't make sense to anybody. Up to the point that when I went to, like, when my friends would be in class, I'll be at trade fair selling my songbook, and they will come, they will just see me with bell. No more 10 naira, 60 naira, buy your copy.
You were doing that?
I was doing that, yeah, with this big hat, that, reflects from the sun.
Can I get pictures?
Yeah, I have pictures.
Oh, awesome.
Pictures. No more 10 naira, 60 naira, buy your copy. I'll be the vendor, I'll be the agent, I'll be the one circulating the magazine and all that, for my own product. So I did that.
Wow, okay. So how did that now lead up to? How did that crystallize in the Hip Hop World magazine?
Oh, Hip Hop magazine had big plans, but no money, like we all do when we start,
Thanks for watching the show once more. So before you go, I've got something very important to say. If you have enjoyed what you watched, first of all, again, thank you. But guess what? What you saw was just an excerpt, and you probably saw those graphics already. What you saw was just a part of the episode. To watch the full episode, you need to join this channel and become a member. Now, subscribing is very important. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. But joining makes you a part of the family. It means you get access to the full episodes, bonus content, and you get priority when we drop new things. So just look below this video or in the description to see how to join. It's quick, it's simple, and it helps us keep creating content that matters. And for those of you who have asked how you can support us financially, because we get that every week, we appreciate you deeply. So if you'd also like to support us, just click on the link. There's a PayPal link in the description below. Click on it. And again, thank you. We also want to appreciate Kehinde Onabanjo of Finesse Events and Whitestone Event Center on Billings Way in Oregon. Thank you. Also, Dr. Precious Oshideko and Dr. Damola Oshideko. And of course, everyone who has watched and shared the show. Again, please share. Your love and support mean the world to us. So again, subscribe. Then after subscribing, join the channel. And if you feel led to support, feel free to do so. We're building something powerful here, and you are a part of our community. So I'll see you on the next one.